But what changed my life was my brother passing, bro. Like that changed me. That changed me, important to me. It didn't put me into sports, no, but it put me with my godfather. My godfather was the one who taught me, you know, a lot about being a man, what it takes to be a father, putting in that time, being patient. So I mean, that's what he put in my life, and my godfather kind of threw me into the sports thing. But yeah.
Okay, but is he still with us today?
He's still with us today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he in Aiken?
He's in Jackson, which is all Aiken County.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So the thing about him is, he took me in. I mean, and another one of my younger brothers in also.
Okay.
So and when he took me in, I mean, I didn't want to go back to the Blue House.
So when you say took you in, he literally took you away.
Yeah, even though it was only 15 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
But I moved in with him.
Oh, okay.
Like he was like everything. Like it might have not wasn't done right, because like we ain't go through no paper signing. My mom was like, "Here you go, take them."
So
like they
he
need
was
it.
the father at that point.
No doubt.
And your oldest brother, what role did he play in? Because you know normally when you hear those stories, the oldest brother in a single mom family, he's like the father figure.
Yeah, I think it's what, and I always say this. My older brother, the oldest of us, and it's crazy, man. He went to the military, so he was in the Marines.
Okay.
With him being a little bit older than us, so he's a Marine. Was in the Marines, I think, over 20 years. So and was now living in Savannah. Then we had my another brother, and he wasn't no better because my brother Roy looked up to him, and he was messing up. And at the time my brother Roy got killed, he was in jail. So he couldn't even come to the funeral. Oh, like it's he got a story too.
He got a story. Wow.
So it's a lot with this family, and a lot of lessons to be learned.
So it was just you who went with your godfather,
and my younger brother Holly,
and he's the brother right after you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run you down. You got Sharon.
That's right.
Carlton, Myra, Celeste, Roy, Troy, Crystal, Holly, Rosie, Basil, and Harold, which we call Papa.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you and your younger brother
moved
with your godfather.
With my godfather.
And that's in Jackson.
In Jackson.
Okay. And you were 12.
12 at the time, yeah.
So then at that point, the lifestyle, I don't want to say better, but was it
better?
It was
no
better.
doubt.
Oh, completely better.
Completely better.
Different environment. A neighborhood with a...
No, it was still a country.
But just better.
Better, no doubt.
Schools better.
Same school.
Same school.
So
you see your siblings every day?
Every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like the part I was going to a different school.
Okay, just
like it's just a different environment, and it's crazy. Like it's crazy what the environment can do for you. Like the change of a healthy environment. Because I'm not saying my mama didn't, but the environment, but it wasn't healthy enough for to raise that many kids and by yourself and in an environment that was in. So, and my godfather gave me some rules to follow, and you know what? I follow rules to the T.
Simple. You
know why? Because I didn't want to go back to the Blue House.
You didn't want to go back?
I didn't want to go back. Like, yeah, I go back and visit, but I was comfortable. Like, we would go to church. We would, like, simple stuff like taking me to McDonald's, whatever it may be. That stuff, like, really stood out to me.
So even at 12, you realize that this is better. Because, normally where you grow up, you fall in love with that place. And it's hard for people to leave, Right. But you understood immediately
that I needed that change, though. But you got to understand I had a brother that died.
That's
so that would change a lot for you and put you in a different state of mind, even at 12.
Man,
even at 12.
I had no idea.
Yeah, man.
Okay, we with the Godfather.
With the Godfather.
Take me from there? Like, man, that story is amazing.
I know. And I'm just scratching. It's a lot of stuff, bro. But I'm just scratching the surface with it.
Okay, so you're with the Godfather. The Godfather isn't married.
So no.
It's the Godfather, you and your brother.
Yep.
You go to school, church. He got you involved. So at that point, what's going on in your life?
For me, now I'm gonna tell you what. I didn't turn the corner right. I didn't turn it right then. But I was on my way to turning it. So like it was still a learning. I'm still trying to separate myself from people. But the good thing about church, it put me with some close friends that I still have till today. So and that's I go back to the friend thing. Like having people that's gonna hold you accountable and do stuff like that. That's what you want. Like that's what you want as a young teenager or whatever it may be, that you want people around you that's going to push you to make you better and hold you accountable.
Okay. What were the things your godfather instilled? Like, did he have like a daily routine for you? So
he did.
So he kept you out of everything else?
Yeah, pretty much. So he was real structured when it comes to certain stuff, especially when it comes to like just routine and coming in. All right, we get up at certain times, eating at a certain time, going to church at a certain time. I mean, he was in church a lot, bro.
Was he military?
He wasn't.
But
he was just him. That was just the way he was. Like, even the way he packed. Like, I'm like, and I pack that way now. So it's crazy, like, how neat he's just a neat guy.
On time?
On time or early.
I like that.
So that's his personality. Like, even now, still not married, but I bought him this big, you can say like a triple wide trailer, right?
Yeah.
Put it on a bunch of land. And so now he's a foster home. So he foster kids.
Wow.
So boy, right. So that's his calling, like, no doubt. He has the patience for it because some of the boys that he get, they on their last leg, like they on the last straw. So he's like,
saving lives.
They run away from home. They run away from his house. He have to call, bro. He just patient. And I tell him all the time, like, I don't understand how you do it. Like, I don't understand, like, how do you be that patient? Like, he's meant to do that.
So did you ever feel like you never felt he was too strict or anything?
No, but my younger brother did.
Okay, so he had a different view than you.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Because, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see somebody putting you into this structure. You like, bro.
That you never had, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, because for him, I mean, Holly is what, 4 years younger than me, I think. So his mindset is different.
That's right.
So he's an elementary student. So at the time, so he wasn't thinking the way we were thinking.
I understand.
That's why I can tell you, like, when my godfather would call me ready to, and like I told you, my godfather is patient. It takes a lot to push his buttons. And my brother pushed his buttons a lot.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. He did.
I know we'll talk to them eventually, but I would love to see hear his perspective
on it, yeah. I bet you he'll have a good one.
Did he go back home?
Of course, he went back with my mom. He didn't stay long.
So it was just you and your godfather?
Yeah.
And did that help more?
I mean,
did that allow him, I guess that may be a question for him, but maybe that gave him more energy to put towards you?
Yeah, but he spread his energy everywhere.
He's just like
because he worked in the school system. So he was the person, and he still do. So he was the person, back then he took care of a kid in a wheelchair. Back then when I was, and everybody did walk around with his bowl or whatever. He always kept snacks, always eating. So kids just gravitate towards him because he's that type of person.
Oh, wow.
And still do.
To this day.
It's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I guess that's why, I think that's why, because people always say, like, Troy, you can go in a room and have a conversation with a 2-year-old and still go to a room with some 7 years old and still be fine.
Yeah.
But I think that's where I get it from with him, because he's almost like the same way.
Really?
It's just crazy. I don't understand. Like, I'm just me. Like, and that's how I look at it.
I see what people are saying.
Yeah.
I see what people are saying. Okay. So you're with your godfather.
Uh-huh.
Your brother is gone.
Mm-hmm.
What type of stuff does he get you into?
So the one thing he got me to was sports, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody want to hear this sports story. Football was never it for me. Like,
okay, well, let's go back to at your mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
So was there ever a point where I'm faster than my brothers?
No.
I'm strong. That was never a thing.
No. Listen, I had some athletic. My sister, which could have went to college to play basketball. My older sister, my younger sister was an athlete too. She won a state championship in track. Like, we had some athletes, but I never thought I was one. You know, because they didn't go. They went to military way. So my brother went to the Marines. My sister went to the Naval Academy. And my other sister went into the reserves. Ended up going to Winthrop for college. So everybody else before me, and my other brother was doing his own thing. Like, he was just handy with his hands. So my whole plan in high school was get out of high school and get a job.
Really?
Was never go to college.
So nothing stood out when you...
Never.
Wow.
Until 10th grade.
10th grade?
10th grade. Matter of fact, I got kicked off the football team in 9th grade.
Okay, so...
I know I'm jumping around.
Yeah, you good. So your godfather got you into sports. What age was that? What?
I think my first time playing maybe like 8th grade.
Really?
8th grade I played. middle school ball. Then came to my 9th grade year. I ran track and played football and ran track, but got kicked off the football team my 9th grade year.
For what?
Take that back. My 10th grade year, I kicked off. I didn't play football my 9th grade year. Ran track.
Ran track. Okay.
10th grade year, I came back, played football, got kicked off for going on a church trip because we was gonna miss a game on that Friday. So my coach said, "You go, I'm kicking you off."
This thing sounds kind of similar to something that happened in the future.
It do.
Okay, we'll get to that too.
It do.
Okay.
So we went on a church trip. I mean, we hadn't paid all his money. We gonna go.
That's crazy.
So we went, and he kicked us off. So I said I wouldn't play football no more. Mind you, they lost the lower state championship game that the same year. They lost it. So one of my good friends, Joe Wilson, came up to me like, "Man, come on, bro. Let's just get one. We can win this thing. Like, let's give it one more shot. Like, bump it." And I still wasn't, I wasn't.
Okay, so before that happened, were you like, let's say, off season? Was there anything football related you were doing?
I wasn't doing nothing, but living.
Just living your life.
Living my life and eating, running track.
Your godfather didn't make you do anything either.
No,
he just put you in.
He just put me in a position. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I tell people, I was blessed. Like, bruh, like I was blessed to. My path is a path of blessings.
That's right.
Because to make it to where I'm from, to even to get to a point to be able to live that long to play that sport.
That's right.
So I look at sports as it was just a blessing for me to be able to play it.
That's incredible.
So and when I came back and decided to play my 11th grade year, it just clicked.
What clicked? Just the game?
The game clicked. It just clicked. And I wasn't doing nothing extra. I wasn't doing like it. Everything happened so fast. Like everything happened fast. So my 10th grade year, we won a state championship. My 9th grade year in 4x1. 10th grade, we running the 4x1. And I started seeing like I was fast by my 10th grade year.
That's when you noticed it.
Noticed I might can run a little bit. So maybe track is my thing. My homeboy Joe talked me in the back to playing football. So I like, go ahead. Then everything just started clicking. First game, we was out by halftime because we blew one team out, blowing another team out. I'm having 3, 4, 5 touchdown games. But we were stacked. We had a pretty good team. It wasn't just me. We were stacked.
That's right.
So, and I was playing running back at the time.
Okay.
And we ran the wing tee. So we spread the ball around a little bit. Then we won a state championship in football. So I'm like, man, dang. So the next thing you know, after my junior year of football, I found out, bro, you can go to college. But guess what I was doing? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was doing just bare minimum just to play sports. Like I wasn't doing enough to.
Talking about academically.
Academically.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of people don't understand this. Like, and it was almost too late for me, like, to go to South Carolina because I waited so long.
Waited so long to start playing.
Not playing football to take care of my academics. Instead of just doing the bare minimum. Like I was doing. Like the bare minimum for high school sports is not that for to get into a D1 school.
I understand.
So you got to do more. So I was like, dang, I can go. So I got a plan. So we sat down with my godfather, one of my favorite teachers. We sat down with the guidance team. What Detroit, my coach, what do we have to do so that I go to school? So believe me, like when my mind gets set to something, it gets set to that. So I gave up a lot of stuff.
And just got focused.
Like I gave up a lot of stuff. Like people talk about, oh, my boo, my girl. No, I ain't got no time for that. I'll see girls in school somewhere.
So you're just a disciplined person.
No, I won't say that. I say I say this when I have a drive for something, when I want something, I'm gonna do what I have to do to get that.
I think that's a superpower for adults.
Yeah,
for people.
Yeah,
I look at that as discipline in
a way, but I could be more disciplined in other places. But when
I get you,
was okay. I want to go. I got a chance to go to get out of Petticoat Junction or get out of Jackson to go try something else. Let's do this.
Straight to it.
So it wasn't no hanging out. It wasn't no girlfriends at the time. It was none of that. It was just Troy focused on what he got to do.
Wow.
So I got on the track. Won a state championship in 100 and 200 my junior year. More letters started coming from everywhere. Coming into my senior year, all right, so everybody expecting, all right, we have a good year. We won a state championship in football again. We bring back some more athletes. Let's run it back. So we run it back. And next thing you know, I got more accolades. People come. I'm the finalist for
Mr. Football.
Mr. Football.
That's right.
I'm an All-American. One of the top players in the country, athletes in the country. I mean, I came out with guys like D'Angelo Williams, who's played running back, Vince Carter. So I'm on this list with all these. Not Vince Carter. What's my man for the Texans?
Vince Young.
Vince Young. So him. I mean, these top athletes. I'm in the class with them as the top athletes in that class.
That's right.
So
okay, but what do these accolades mean to you?
Nothing.
Okay.
Guess who got my accolades? My godfather. They're all in his house. I don't got nothing here because they don't mean anything to me. Like my whole thing was, I can make something, and it was just still get to college, get a degree, and get a job.
That's what it was still.
Always, that's what it's been. When I was in high school, I was like, my plan wasn't to go no further than college.
So as a high school athlete, you don't define yourself as a football player?
Never.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
No.
Go
ahead.
Sorry.
You got it.
I'm around a lot of kids, and they devote a lot of time to sometimes one sport.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of time.
Yeah.
Year round. And it's crazy that you would step out there in 11th grade. I mean, you took somebody's spot, right?
Yeah.
In a sense. And get that far. So what do you think about kids? And it could be parents too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, that's over.
Talk to me now.
What do you think about that being pushed? And some kids want to do it.
Right.
But what do you think about spending so much time towards a sport?
I don't mind it. Like, I believe the kids should have that drive. Like, they should want that.
Okay.
They should want to put in the work to become the best that they can be.
That's right.
That means if you want it that bad, you'll do anything to get it.
Okay.
And you'll use that same mentality when it comes to life. So I want it. I want it. Anything within the rights now. I ain't talking about doing something illegal or
That's right.
shoot steroids or robbing a bank or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So in the right. So you should have that mindset. Like, I'm going to outwork the next person. Not just the next person. The person on the other team I got to go against every Friday night.
So even though football didn't define you, you still wanted to be the best at that.
Yes.
Okay. To get you where you plan to go. Which wasn't the NFL.
Was never the NFL.
Never thought.
Never college.
Did you have favorite players in high school? Or did you watch football?
I didn't, but I mean, you hear guys like Jerry Rice, which when I started getting into football, that was the guy.
Prior to, let's say, 9th, 8th grade, did you watch football?
No, I didn't.
Didn't even watch it?
Nope.
Crazy.
Never.
That's cool.
Nope. Never watched it, bruh. Never sat down and watched the whole game.
So your godfather doing this, your 11th and 12th grade year, was he just kind of just still was he pushing you to be?
It wasn't a football player.
It wasn't a football player.
It was always a better person, a better man, to a God-fearing man. That's what my godfather pushed.
And football is your tool to get to
whatever else I needed.
Wow.
So I was a tool. Like, people got to realize, like, football and sports are just for a time. Like, it's something that you would never do it before. And kids, I go off my kids, the only ones I can go off of. My kids would never know what it means to struggle. And my wife tells me all the time I overcompensate for my kids because of how I was growing up. I didn't have a lot. So my kids would never want for nothing. So they have to find something else. They have to find another drive that if they want football, if they want track, if they want basketball, you have to find something else because it's not going to be I'm struggling.
Do you think anything can replace that real struggle? Is there anything that can replace that? I mean,
that makes you work harder
than struggling.
The want to.
Just the want.
The want.
Just the mindset.
The mindset. Like, you have to have a mindset.
Can you develop that?
The mindset?
Yeah.
To want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you think you develop it, or that's just who you are?
I developed it.
Okay.
Because I wasn't always that person.
And I guess back when we say you struggled, that was just life. It wasn't.
It was my life.
It's just life. Okay.
Everybody's dealt a different hand, so the hand is different.
That's right.
So I mean, my hand just was dealt, and I played it well, and I won in life. I feel like I won in life. Like, no doubt. Like, not just being able to be the person I am now, but I won in life, man. I got a great wife. I got great kids. So I mean, I'm winning.
That's right.
I'm winning. Like, I wake up every morning, I'm winning.
I see that.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Every morning.
Bro, and people don't realize it's tough to catch me down. Only person ever probably see me down
Mm.
my wife. That's it.
I couldn't even imagine it.
That's it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
That's it. And we sit down and listen. I'm not gonna be down for long.
That's right.
Cause I mean, guess what? Cause like I told you, I got a job. I got a job to make somebody's day.
That's right.
That's it for me.
I say, bro, every morning you that guy. Like,
Gotta be.
You know, because nobody wants to be there.
Right. Come on.
Nobody wants to be there in the morning.
I mean, we here now, so right.
Yeah. That's love. I love
yeah,
that.
Man. Yeah.
All right, so it's your senior year in high school. You're getting all these letters.
Yeah.
All this. I can imagine being 18 years old and getting all this attention.
Yeah.
But did it keep you up at night, or was it?
No.
What was it?
It wasn't. It didn't keep me up. It didn't keep me up at night. Not at all. I lived life like I still got to go out and perform. Still got to do what I got to do. So my thing was, when it came down to it, I took my college visits and picked the best school that I thought was best fit for me.
That's right. And Carolina.
Yep. And the reason why I picked Carolina, because Clemson was on the radar heavy. Like, I was going to go to Clemson, but I wanted to go somewhere where I can play early. And Carolina was that school and be close enough to where my people can come.
Okay. That makes sense.
It just so happened I fell in love with Columbia when I got there.
Was that your first? That one could have been your first time in Columbia.
No, because I went to some games. I did all that. So we took some visits and stuff like that. So Georgia was high on the list. So it was some schools that that was there, but Carolina was it for me. And as you see how it panned out, it was a school for me.
It was a school.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you enjoyed that.
I did, but the thing about it, let me go back a little bit.
Okay.
And people realize, and nowadays people just make a big deal out of choosing schools. Like it's put them on ESPN, do it at halftime. And that's all good. I mean, people, it's what the world we in now. That's what people want. But for me back in the day, I just told them, like, I'm coming here.
Nothing big.
Nothing big. Nothing big at all. Nothing.
Explain that. You mean you got in contact with the school?
No, I was on a visit.
And you made the decision.
I made a decision there. Like, I'm coming. It wasn't like I didn't need to.
No media.
No media, nothing. Like, for what? But that's just me. Everybody want to be seen now. Like, and I love social media too.
Yeah.
Like I love to get on there and post myself. I mean, my family and stuff like that. So, and the things that I got going on, but you still got to put the work in.
Still got to put the work.
Still got to.
Yeah.
That's what I want these kids to know these days. Like,
put the work in.
And we can go back a little. We can go back because I think I might have skipped some stuff when it comes to putting the work in. Like, for kids to want to play football, they got to know, like, it's just because they want it to happen is not going to just happen. That's what I believe. Like, a lot of kids just think just because I want to go and play at North Carolina or go and play at South Carolina, Georgia, anywhere is just gonna happen. It don't work that way.
Got to put in the work.
Got to.
All right, Carolina. All right. How was that experience coming to the school?
Oh my God, overwhelming.
Was it?
Yes, because I mean I came from a small school. I mean we had like 800 people. If that. My graduating class was like 100. So to go to a big college where they have classes with like 300 kids in it and going to somewhere where you used to be in the guy to now you back at the bottom of the totem pole is different.
Yeah.
So it messed with your mental. It messed with your mental game because I used to be the guy, or I'm better than him, or this, that, and another. But what we don't know is the work that this senior put in, this junior done put in to get to that point.
So did you immediately know once you stepped out there, like, oh, there's a bunch of people.
Go ahead, say it.
Like me.
Or
better. Out here.
No doubt.
Did that deter you at all?
Deter me, no.
Okay.
But it kept me, but it didn't push me either.
What you mean?
So it didn't push me like I want to play like right now. Like it didn't push me either. But something clicked and it pushed me. What happened was I remember Coach Holtz was the one who was coaching us at the time, and we had just lost to Georgia, and he came in. He was like, you know what? I think it's time for. He came in the team meeting was like, I think it's time for us to start some of the young guys. It's time for to get the young guys some time because the older guys are messing up. So I was like, you know what? I think it's my time. I think it's time.
This is a conversation you had with yourself, like, okay.
In my head.
Okay.
I think it's time because back then, because I thought I was gonna get redshirted. So I was like, you know what? It ain't the fourth game yet, so I guess I'm waiting on the red shirt. But when he said that, it clicked. Up until then, I thought I was gonna get redshirted because I didn't play much. But what people don't realize that when opportunity presents itself, you got to be ready to take on whatever is presented. You know.
Yeah.
And kids these days, they're not ready for that.
Yeah.
They're not ready for that. Cause you know what they want to do when they think they're gonna get redshirted? They want to hightail and run.
So
I'm going to the next school.
You don't like what's going on with that?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, what happened to competition?
That's right.
Like what happened to? Okay, you got the job now. I'm gonna take that from you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. Put in the work. Like you committed. Like you got in front of the media and said I'm going to that school.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah, you got to earn.
So stick out and stick with your word and put in the work to get there. Who wants something handed to them?
I agree.
Who wants something handed to them? I'd rather me work my behind off and not get it done than somebody hand it to me.
I agree. That's why we here right now.
Right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, first time playing, what game was that?
Vanderbilt, I think. I remember my first catch. I got in the game, boy, I was woo. On fire, caught it, hit the guy, broke a tackle. I was like, man, this is on from here. They ain't getting this feeling back. They ain't getting this feeling back. Cause brother, playing William Bright Stadium in front of 80-something thousand people, bro, man, they cheering for you. You the one with the ball in your hand and 80,000 people watching you.
I can't imagine.
You can't get that back. I mean, they're not getting this feeling back from me. Not them. They're not. And ever since then, I took tail and ran. I took tail and ran with it.
That is crazy.
But guess what, bro? And in Miami, what people still don't hear me saying my story is me putting in the extra work. I put in no extra work. And that was eventually gonna be my downfall is not putting in extra work.
So when you say no extra work, outside of what the coaches are telling you to do.
That's the only thing I did.
So after practice over, I'm
done.
No football.
No football.
Did you love football?
I love the feeling of football, the adrenaline rush of running out of the tunnel and catching footballs. I mean, yeah.
And what came with it?
But
as far as like
the love for football, no, I don't think it was like that. I don't think I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed playing the game, but I didn't love football. I looked at football as an avenue.
And you used it well. So that's your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman year to you went well.
Went well.
You liked it.
Liked it.
Liked the school experience. You loved Columbia.
Love Columbia.
I'm sure that was a big difference compared to
Petticoat Junction.
Yeah, big difference. You know,
big difference.
Big city in
my eyes. Yeah.
Was there ever a moment at Carolina that you didn't like the attention, or was it too much?
It wasn't too much because I'm good. I was back then. Social media wasn't social media. I think if social media what it was, it probably would have been a lot bigger. But it was never too much for me.
Oh, okay.
It was never too much.
Okay.
So like even my sophomore year, my sophomore year was on decline. Like I declined my sophomore year. Decent year, but not what everybody expected.
Oh, okay.
So and then it came with the media. Like, oh, is he just this, that? And the media can play a big role in how us athletes or how, especially even the kids these days, how they handle themselves. And you'll hear about that in the NFL
when
time.
that come up. So even in college, you paid attention with what were
people saying.
Did that bother you?
Somewhat, but it was nothing I could never overcome.
Okay. So it was never, today I see players going back and forth with media. And
no.
You wouldn't do that. Well, I guess you didn't have the opportunity because social media wasn't.
Right.
Okay, so they just talk.
They talk. We was in the paper. It's not like I have to see what they say.
Okay.
Because nowadays you can get on Instagram, you can get on TikTok. Oh, such and such said this, and the next person retweeted. So it's gonna probably pop up on your feeds or something, or somebody calling you like, "You heard what such and such?" So it was, it wasn't.
And I couldn't imagine, because 19, 20, that's still young. That's a kid.
Yeah.
And to have all that attention. Yes, negative attention. That's why Blue Marble, I don't criticize.
Yeah.
They're kids, man. So I don't criticize kids. That's just tough.
It's tough, man.
It's tough, man.
Right.
So even at that level of your career, I can only imagine how that was. But you're saying that it was pretty even for you. You're cool with it.
I'm pretty even killed, yeah. I mean, because I looked at it as if, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't have to see you got some truth in there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, if I can deal with the truth that you're saying, like if I can deal with it, like you know what, you right. You right. I didn't have as many catches as you thought I should have, or as many yards because it was still on me.
So your family, your siblings, while you at Carolina, I guess by then it's settled in, but did they come to see you often?
All the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom, my godfather, all the time.
That's cool.
That's good. Always, bro.
Always.
We always supporting each other.
Always. So
always.
During that period, the family's right there.
Family's
and
there.
I'm sure that helped.
Yeah.
I'm sure that helped.
Yeah, because I called my sister them plenty of times like, hey, I need a little bread, I need a little something. The car done got towed.
No NIL.
No NIL deal then, right? I wish. But yeah, it was, I mean, my sophomore year was a good time. It was decent.
Okay. Are you thinking about playing in the league at that time? You still thinking about getting a job?
Still getting a job.
That's amazing to me, man.
It's crazy, right? I mean, I'm telling you, the league never crossed my mind, man. Like it was nothing. Like my thing was like, I'm gonna use this opportunity to get me a degree and get a job.
Even after you out there playing as a freshman, you're still thinking about getting a job.
Getting a job.
Nothing with the NFL.
Nothing.
Were there talks of you playing in the NFL?
Not then.
What about your siblings? Nobody ever mentioned?
Mm-hmm. Like there was never on our mind. Like it wasn't. It was always get a degree. Because that's what my sister's older siblings was doing. They was getting degrees.
And I'm sure you're on TV at this point.
Yeah.
And papers.
Yeah.
And it's still like, let's get this degree and move on. So your junior year.
That's
when it changed.
It changed.
Okay. How'd that happen?
Totally changed.
Okay.
So the game that did it was Georgia game.
Okay.
It was on national TV, and I went off.
So how did you feel before that game? Did you feel that you had to perform, or did you feel?
I never put that much pressure on me though to perform because I always think I was always had in my mindset I got it. Like Coach Host told me before, he was like, "Well, you're going to get so many opportunities a game, 6, 7 opportunities a game." I was like, "Well, just give me opportunities. I make do what I get." So that's how I looked at it. And then that game it was on.
Was it easy to you?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who was over top of you?
Tim Jennings. Which he played in Orangeburg, Wilkinson, from understanding. He played in the league for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So he's a South Carolina guy also.
Okay.
So yeah, I know who it is.
Okay, but you just went off.
I just went off.
It's one of those games where you feel like nobody can stop me.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. Is that your best game at Carolina?
No.
Your favorite game?
Favorite game, yes. I love
your favorite game.
I love to play against Georgia, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So from that point on.
After that Georgia game, that's when I started getting phone calls.